Okay, let me just do 2 more lessons. I'm gonna combine lesson, is it lesson 10 and 11? I'm combining them. I'm sorry guys. You this is a lot of work guys. You see, that's why I'm asking you guys to subscribe. Let's see. Okay, it's 10 and 11, right? Let me go check which one did I posted 9. Okay, yeah, it's 10 and 11. Let's go. I'm combining the last 2.
Now we're going to style the contents of our hyperlinks. To begin with, we put a style for .info dash box img. That is any image that appears inside the info box class. We simply give it a height of 70 pixels, a margin, all round margin of 10 pixels,
Oh,
and find it.
I'm not focusing. Focus. It's info box img, and then we put a curly bracket, enter, and then we put a height of 70 pixels, and after inserting a height, we're gonna add a margin of 10 pixels. And then what are we gonna add, Professor?
We float this guy to the left. In other words, this thumbnail image, will always appear on the left side of the box. Let's save this and see if it makes.
We're gonna float it to the left.
Any change.
Okay, now let's save it.
Refresh, and you.
To save is Control S. Why is so release? And then we're gonna come back here.
You can see things are already starting to take shape. Now this little
okay, we're getting someone.
Needs to go to the right side.
The arrow needs to go to
before we style that image, we're going to style the H3.
Okay, let's see this. Okay, it's gonna be .info slash box h3. We're gonna put a curly bracket. You know the drill.
We'll give this guy a padding.
It's giving a
0.
padding.
It's the number 0. Remember that, not the letter O. We'll give it a margin bottom of 0 again. We set its width to 90%. And we'll give this guy a color. We'll give it a hexadecimal code of 572800. When you're giving an object, an element, a color in hexadecimal, remember
572
to put in the hash. And when you hover over the color, you'll see it's a brownish
0,
color.
0.
While we're at it, let's style the paragraph. We'll give the paragraph a margin all round of 0 and padding all round of 0, so there's no spaces around.
So it's info box p curly bracket enter. We're gonna give it a more margin of 0, and then we're gonna give it a padding of 0 again. 0.
Our paragraphs. Again, a width of 90%, and finally a color of hash 131313. Let's take a look at this color. Hover over it and you'll see it's a very dark gray, almost inclining towards black. Finally, we'll style the image
dot info slash box img dot right.
Now, if you take a look at this, there's a lot going on here. What is going on here is .infobox img dot right. Now, how does this translate to our HTML? This means simply any image that has a class name of right and appears inside the info box hyperlink will have the following styles. Let's look at our HTML again. This may sound a little bit confusing, but it's really quite simple. If you take this image, look at the image line that we've put in here, image,
Oh,
class
the
is
right
equal
one.
to right. So we've set the class name of this image to right, and this image appears inside the info box hyperlink. There's the A, class is equal to info box. So this image is inside info box and it has a class of right. So this is the guy we are styling now. An image that has a class name of right that appears inside info box.
Info box.
Back to the style sheet, and we start putting in some style information. We float this guy, you guessed it, to the right. We give him a margin top of 25.
We float this guy, you guessed it, we're gonna choose right, cause it's right. Margin
pixels,
25 pixels.
And finally, we give him a height of 40 pixels.
Give him a height of like 40.
Semicolon. Let's save our work, Control S, and go and refresh in the browser and see what we get. Back in the browser, refresh, and there we go. Exactly as we wanted. Next thing we're going to do is to add boxes for the remainder animals.
Alright, bet. I said I was gonna consolidate part 10 and part 11. So let's do part 11 on this episode. Okay, adding more animals. We're adding more animals.
So by this point, we've got our animals page, and in the animals page, we've created our link for elephants. Now we'll add the link for the remainder of the animals. To do this, we go back to animals.html. Now let's have a careful look at this file, animals.html. We've got our main, ID equals main. Inside main, we've got ID equals content. And inside there, we've got a single hyperlink with lots of elements inside of it. And this one single hyperlink is what makes up the box with the thumbnail image, text, and the arrow image. What we're going to do now is we're going to make a copy of this. And
so what we're going to copy, guys, we're going to copy This one. Yeah, this one. Control C.
Entire hyperlink. So you have to be very careful not to copy anything more than that. So select from the open A tag to the close A tag, press Control C. All right, the next thing we do is hit enter
Control
and
C.
press Control V. And
then wait.
next thing we do is hit
Enter. Control V.
and press Control V. And we've got ourselves another hyperlink. Let's test this out. We save it, Control S to save.
Control.
Back in our browser, refresh,
S,
and there
S.
we have it. We've got the
Okay, let's go. We're doing the testing. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
second button.
We're on the right track.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to change the thumbnail image as well as the text. For the time being, we're going to leave the hyperlink href as a hash. Right? We'll leave this image as is. This one does not change. It's the same arrow image. But the one that's going to change is this images elephant tn.png. Let's put in another animal's thumbnail image. So let's look for the next one. The next one is James Bok. So let's go for that one.
It's James Bok TN, right? Yeah.
We'll change the text. And
then we're gonna change the text.
Change the description. For James Bok, we've got, we say something like, come and see the majestic James Bok. All right, let's save this, Control S, and have a look at it in our browser. Refresh.
Okay, let me check my spelling. Majestic. Okay. James Bok. Okay. I think I'm good. Control S. Control S. Let's go to our browser. Come and see the majestic James Bok.
And there we have it. Now, let's do this once again. We've got the open A tag all the way down to the close A tag. Copy it, hit enter, and paste. And then we put in, sorry, wrong line. We put in another image thumbnail. So delete the existing image thumbnail, delete the forward slash, retab the forward slash, and you get a list of all the images that are in the images folder. So James Bok is done. Let's look for the next one, which will be giraffe-tn. Make sure you're selecting only the images that have the TN. TN stands for thumbnail, by the way. All right, so we click on that, change the text. Remove the description. And for the giraffes,
double F-E, I mean.
You can type in a little description there. Save this. Have a look at it in the browser.
exclamation mark, Control S.
And there we go. Fantastic. Now, in this way, you can add the links for the remainder of the images. Now, it's not particularly important in which order you put the animals, but the safest option is to go in the order that brackets shows you in the list of images. That's most likely the alphabetical order of your animals. That would be the safest option so that you don't leave out any animal. When you insert the remainder of your animal hyperlinks, this is what your code will look like. Looking at it in the browser, we refresh, and there we have it. Our animals page is almost done. Now, the only thing left to do here is to create the actual pages for these animals and link each of these hyperlinks to the correct animal page.
Okay,
When you insert the remainder of your...
let's see. Let's do the same thing now. Okay. Remember, we already copied it, ne? Okay. Wait. Back. Say. Let's say Control V. Okay, now let's continue, guys. This is the reason why I created this channel. Let us continue. We're gonna remove the image first. That's what he told us to do. So we're gonna remove the image, and then on line 37 he has the gorilla. So we're gonna choose the thumbnails. TN stands for thumbnails, and then we're gonna change our name here on the header, of which is gonna be gorilla, GORILLA, gorilla. And then we're gonna give it a text. We're gonna give it a paragraph. Our paragraph is gonna be, it's gonna say King Kong. Let's just say Kong the gorilla is much friendlier than he looks. I don't think I want to find out. I don't want to find out. Friendlier than he looks. So let's add another one under gorilla. We're gonna say Control V, and then we're gonna remove the image. After removing the image, which animal we're gonna add? We're gonna add a koala. Koala. Choose the image that has TN, guys, thumbnail. Then we're gonna change the header. KOAL, koala. And then now we're going to add our paragraph. What's okay? So to new paragraph here to your koala. Okay, come take a look at the cute koala. And then same procedure. Control E, edit, remove the picture, and then we're going to use the lion thumbnail. Don't forget the TN. Okay, now I'm gonna have a lion lions. And then we're gonna add a description, add a paragraph. The king of the jungle awaits your visit. And then after the lion, we will add let's say Control V to remove this. Let's remove then we're gonna add a monkey. Another monkey. What? Playful. So we have anything. Then is there another image? After monkey, we will add pandas. Control V.
Or animal hyperlinks. This is what your code will look like. Looking at
Okay,
code will look like.
we also have another animal. Okay, we also have another one. I thought the pandas was the last. Control V. Yo, it's time for dinner, guys. Let me simply a war. Quickly finish. You know, table manners. Find out more about this funny funny looking fellow. Oh, okay. I think that's it, guys.
Looking at it in the
Control
browser,
save.
we refresh, and there we have it. Our animals page is almost done. Now the only thing left to do here is to create the actual
I
pages
did
for
it.
these animals and link each of these hyperlinks to the correct animal page.
Okay,
All right,
I'm
let's
gonna
take a look
do
at what
this.
JavaScript.
I'm gonna do that tomorrow, guys. At least I think that's section 3, right? Yeah, I'm gonna do section 3 and section 4 tomorrow. So yeah, please like and subscribe to help the channel grow. We will see you in the next lesson.